Hi, how you doing? I'm doing very well. I'm doing fantastic. After a long time, I'm making videos again, and the reason being is that somebody reminded me that I have not made videos for a long time, so I thought that I'm gonna go back and start making videos. This is just my passion. I do it for fun, and also in the process I inspire young people, young men and women, or whoever wanted to be inspired by the story I share, the stories I share, or my personal experience. And I have come from nothing. Basically, I had nothing. I was dirt poor, and then I made life successful. So whenever I see something like that out there, where I see the people have done well, and that makes me think that I should share their story, or sometime my own story, with people, and maybe somebody will get inspired by their story or my story, and then they will do well in life. Well, very first thing I would like to tell you guys, that make sure that you share my story with somebody else, or the video with other people, and you just never know. You can make a difference in somebody, how you can make a difference in somebody's life. Anyway, here I'm gonna tell you the story about the guy who got inspired by me, and I did not even know that I was becoming his role model. This is a guy named Andy. I met him about 20 or 25 years ago. He must be now in his early 40s, and he was in a very bad situation. The kind of crowd he was hanging out, they were not good guys at all, and most of them actually dropped out from high school, so they did not even have a high school diploma. And here they are in their early 20s and lost, basically doing the things what young men should not be doing drugs and smoking, wasting time, and just totally, no structure in life. They came from very bad families. There are 3 or 4 guys, but Andy stood out. Now, what I noticed about Andy is that he would speak very little, and unless you ask something, then he would say something, but usually he would just smile and would not say much at all, unless you say something. Or if he's working for you or for somebody, he would do the job, and then he would just, it was just one of those guys, who was quiet. But I could tell just by looking at him and just being around him a little bit, I could tell that he thinks. But what he thinks, that I did not know, because whatever goes in somebody else's mind, you just never know about them. But anyhow, so I would hire him here and there, and he would work and always have pleasant smile, and he would do what he was supposed to do, and never let me down, or never let anybody down who he worked for. And the guys he were hanging out with or associating with, they were not really good guys, and they were all struggling, let's put it that way. So anyhow, Andy did not have any place to go, so I felt bad that he has no place to go, but I also knew that I didn't want an uninvited person living in my house. But I went ahead and gave him a room temporarily, or not for very long actually. I didn't want him to get comfortable there and just give up on life. And he's a young man, and I thought that, well, he should be working and he should be figuring out his own life. And it's not like he was he did not have parents or family. He did have parents and family, but I didn't. All I knew about his family is that they were dysfunctional, and he came from very dysfunctional family. So I would give him work, and he will work. I will finish the job, and then smile and go in his room, and then stay there. Then after a week or 2 or 3, I said that, well, Andy, now you have money, a little bit of money, and I cannot support you 100%, so you have to find other jobs too, and then find a place to live. And he did not have any place to go, but he was like, his demeanor was absolutely excellent, and he would not say anything. And he said that, asked me whether he could stay in my garage, and then garage has a loft. So I said, well, okay, you can go up in the loft and you can sleep there. But I didn't feel really good about that. He's sleeping in my garage, and that's not the way he deserves actually more than sleeping in my garage or sleeping in somebody's basement. But I really didn't want to do much so that he would get comfortable. And like I said earlier, that I really didn't know him either. So one day he just left, but he called me and he told me that he is trying to figure out his way around in life. So I said, well, if I can do anything for you, just let me know. Now Andy is a white guy, and he's tall. He's probably 6'1" or probably 6'2", but tall guy, and very thin. And he's still thin actually. As a matter of fact, I saw him not very long ago, but I will come back to that story and tell you how he has made his life very successful. So he then after he left, he did not say much, and I did not see him, and so I just basically lost touch with him. And so one day a friend of mine came to me, and he said that he saw Andy working for a fast food franchise in town, and he seemed very happy, and he's a manager there. He's managing that store. So I said, well, I'm going to go there and say at least hello to him, and I'm sure that the restaurant would have some. It's a pizza place. It's a franchise. So I thought, well, I'm going to go there and have a pizza, and then also if Andy happened to be there, and then I'm going to talk to him about how he's doing. So I went there, and luckily the Andy was there behind the counter, and behind the counter is a huge big kitchen. So he was there. So I saw him, and then I asked the person at the cash register whether I could speak with Andy, and she said sure. And she said, you mean we have two Andys here, and which one you want? Is when I said the guy who's right there, he said, oh, that Andy, yeah, he's a manager. I said, yes, the manager Andy I want to talk to. I ordered my food, and Andy was running back and forth in the kitchen, and so the lady actually hollered at him, and then and told him that I wanted to see him. Then he came out. Oh my God, it was so nice to see him after a long time. I would say I saw him at least after 15 to 18 years, and he gave me a hug, and I hugged him, and I asked him how he was doing, and he said that to me that he was doing something back in the kitchen, but he'll be out, and he will bring my food I order, and then he will have more time to talk to me. So I said that's fine. So I grabbed the table and I sat down, and then after 2 or 3 minutes, whatever Andy had to do, Andy did, and then he brought my food and I sat down. And I asked him, how he was doing, and I was very proud, and he had a beautiful smile on his face. He always a smile, but before his smile has a little bit of sadness in it. But this time his smile was just so broad and so beautiful, and absolutely no sadness in it. So he told me the story, and he said that, well, Sharma, after I left your home, I was wandering around, and I just did not know where to go and how to start my life, but I noticed that how hard you worked, and he was telling me all that, and how hard you worked and how dedicated you were toward your business, and how you manage your business, how you manage your people, how you manage your employees, and running business single-handedly, and had a calm and a commitment to your business. And when I was working for you, I was just basically soaking all that in and grasping how you communicate with people. So when Andy said all that to me, I felt really good. And I thought that, well, I did make a little difference in his life, but I did not know how much he was learning from me. And then he took all that skills, whatever that skills he learned himself. I did not teach him anything, honest to God. He just observed me, just basically saw how I was operating my business, and he learned from there. and he decided that he wanted to be in that situation. He wanted to be in that position where he has to manage people, and he has to run the business. And I did not know that he was learning all that from me. But anyhow, he told me that he had a couple of odd jobs here and there. Then the job opening came up with this pizza company and franchise, and he applied and he got the job. And he started from the bottom. He started from the bottom as a dishwasher, because he did not have any education or not high school, even high school diploma. He started from the bottom, but he learned one thing, and he learned one thing from me, and he told me that. He says, Sharma, I learned this from you. When you start something, no matter how difficult it was, you always finish it. And that's in my nature, or I would not even start it. He said that's what made a difference in his life. He learned that now he is in this job. He is starting from the bottom. He will not quit. That's what he told me, that he made a commitment to himself that he would not quit. And here Andy did not quit. And it's been 15 years. He's been at the same job. Even though he does not have even a high school diploma, but the company saw how hardworking Andy has been. And he became from the dishwasher. Then he told me they put him at the cash register where the people will come and order the food. And then from there, they gave him a managerial work, make him an assistant manager, more responsibility. Sure enough, they paid him more. And then after that, he proved himself that he could be a very good assistant manager. Then they made him manager. This is what he told me. And then they made him a general manager, which means that now he has several stores under him. So now what he does, he has his own store where he works, but he also trained people, new young people who join the company, and train them from the bottom up. He trains people who have college degrees for this company. And he told me that. It was such a pleasant experience. And it was such a great thing to hear from him, that I and my action made a difference in his life. So you just never know that who could make a difference in your life, or just observing that person, or just listening to that person can make a difference. So think about it. Try to help others. Try to become an example for somebody, so they can learn from your life, and then they will excel in their life. Thank you so much for watching the video. This is such a good story, simple story, but could make a very big difference in somebody's life. Make sure you tell your friends about my YouTube channel. Make sure you share the video, and I will see you again. All my education on this video is about learning and excelling in life. And the unique thing about my videos, I always have a story to share, because there are 8 billion people out there, and 8 billion people have at least 6 billion stories every day. Everybody's life is a story, and stories do make a huge big difference. Thank you very much, and I'll see you again. Adios.